Now, it's one thing to have a multi-channel amp, but to have an amp that can change channels via MIDI can be a very powerful setup when you combine it with MIDI equipped devices such as the HX Effects, which is what we have here in front of me. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to change channels on the Bluguitar Amp1 with MIDI from the HX Effects. If you've been around the internet for a few years now, then you've probably seen the Bluguitar Amp1 from Thomas Blug. He came from Hughes and Kettner for 27 years, doing a lot of their R&D for the big time amplifiers throughout that era. And the Amp1 is no exception to that vast knowledge that Thomas has about amps, using MIDI, and using all the components that us modern guitar players want to have in a rig all in one unit. So how I have this set up here is I have the 4-cable method first of all, and I've explained the 4-cable method in other videos, so be sure to check that out in the cards here. And I do have the MIDI cable that you can get from Thomas himself, so you can use MIDI to control a lot of the functions that the Amp1 has. So the first thing that we need to do is go to Global Settings, go to MIDI Tempo, and make sure that our RX MIDI clock is turned off. So that's going to free up a lot of the traffic and crosstalk that MIDI can have when you're trying to combine multiple devices at once. And then if we hit the 3 lines one more time and go to Command Center, this is where we actually send MIDI commands from the HX Effects to the Bluguitar Amp1. And me personally, I have chosen PC commands 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45 to be my amp channel switching and also amp channel switching plus boost. I primarily have the reverb on all the time, so I don't really need to turn that on and off. But sometimes I like having the clean channel with boost and the clean channel without boost. And the same goes for the vintage, classic, and modern channels. I am in a preset right now where I already have all this set up. So let me go to a different bank that has just blank presets in it. All right, now that we have preset number 8 chosen for our clean, we can always go back in and change it. So if I go to Command Center, let's go to our instance and let's make it number 10. Hit save. And now hit the preset. You can see over here that our clean has the boost off and that works great. All right, so check this out now. On preset 10, I have it to where it's the classic channel with the boost. So let's go in and see how I did that. So I have an instance with Bank PC, MIDI channel 1, program changed 35 because 30 is our classic channel and then 35 is the classic channel with the boost. All right, pretty easy. If I go in and made it just plain 30, hit save, hit the preset, you can see that the boost turns off, but it still has the classic channel on. All right, let's go to preset 11. And this one is going to be, let's make it 40 for the modern channel. Save. Hit the preset. Bam. It goes to our modern channel right here. And it's without the boost. Let's go back and let's do instant command 45. Save. Hit the preset. And the boost turns on. All right, see that? So it's all pretty easy stuff once you do the MIDI Learn on the Amp1, which once again is simply holding down the boost, having the reverb blink for 10 seconds, and you're sending that MIDI command within that 10 seconds, and the reverb should stop blinking once it's received the MIDI command. So we can do this for pretty much anything now. Let's go to preset 12. All right, this is a total blank preset. 3 lines. Command center. There's nothing going on here. So use one instance. We can go to Bank PC, MIDI channel 1, scroll over to the next page, and now we have, let's make it the vintage channel. So it's going to be program 20, save, and we're going to hit the preset. Bam. We got vintage channel, no boost, reverb on, and let's hear how that sounds. All right. Now, notice there's not anything going on because I do not have a effects block in my signal flow because I am using the 4-cable method. So what I do is I hit the middle switch to where I have a block in the middle. I hit the big knob. I scroll over all the way down to send and return, mono, and effects loop 2, and now we're going to be able to hear it. Alright, awesome. So just remember, when you're using the 4-cable method, you have to have an effects loop in the signal chain in order to tell the HX effects that you do have ins and outs and sends and returns going to another device. Otherwise, your guitar input is going directly to the effects return of the amp, and there's no preamp going on in that signal chain. So let's go to preset 13. Let's go ahead and go to signal flow. Make sure we have our effects block in there. Send and return, mono. I have mine in effects loop 2. You may have yours in effects loop 1. Just whatever connection you have, that's the one you want to choose. So mine's effects loop 2. So we have sound going on. Let's go 3 lines. Command center. We have a blank slate right here. So Bank PC, MIDI channel 1. Program, we're going to make it the classic channel now, just for fun. So it's going to be 30. Hit save. And now we're going to hit the preset. Bam. Now we got the classic channel. Back to vintage. Classic. Alright, let's do a modern sound. So signal flow. And I'm doing all this from scratch, okay? So once again, big knob, scroll all the way down to send and return, mono, effects loop 2. Let's save it. And then we hit the 3 lines, command center. And let's go to PC, Bank PC, MIDI channel 1, scroll over. Let's go to modern channel, which is 40. Hit save and hit the preset. Bam. It goes to modern channel, and this is what that sounds like. Now, let's say we want to add some effects to some presets we've already made. So I simply just go to 3 lines, signal flow. And this is where I prefer to add my effects because I have a lot more control over which switch it's assigned to and so on. So I'm going to add in a simple tube screamer, distortion, mono. I like doing the Scream 808. Let's turn the gain down here and save it. All right, here we go. Alright, let's say we want to add some delay. So I simply go to delay, mono. Let's keep it real simple. Let's do a vintage digital. Let's make the time chord notes, feedback accordingly, mix down into like the 30 range there. Save it. And there you go. So if I go back to my vintage, let's say that's a good rhythm sound, and then I go to modern. Alright, so that's the basic setup on how to use the HX effects to send MIDI messages to the Bluguitar Amp1 and change between the different channels that you have used the MIDI Learn on the Amp1 to learn the PC programs for each channel that you want to change. Alright, I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions, watch the video again and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Is this a setup that you would want to use in a live situation or in the studio? And I think once you get it all set up, is a very, very versatile rig. Be sure to subscribe down below if you like the video. Give it a thumbs up. And in the meantime, I'm Dr. McFarland. I will see you in the next video. Keep rocking.